everybody. A little bird told me that my unboxing videos were kind of nifty, so I thought I'd do another one. I went over to the post office to send off an extra special project, and lo and behold, I had a box in my box. I actually forgot what I bought. I know, this is really, really bad. I haven't been buying anything, that's the problem. So I don't know what is in here. So, let's see. Okay. I did start to open a little bit so it wouldn't be too crazy. Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right, so you know, I surf around on eBay, of course, and I usually just window shop. But every now and then something pops up and I go, no, that's not going to sell for that price. And this was one of those things. So let's see if this is as nifty as I think it is. There was a listing that was $9.99. Good price, right? And I think the shipping was like $5. So, okay, I'm happy. This is what I thought it was. So my $10 purchase with next to no shipping. I'm going to turn it so you guys can see more than me. Hopefully this is right in the camera. My apologies if it's not. This is a silk quilted hood. It's lightly quilted in that there's not a very thick batting. These are all parallel quilts through the crown. Brim. There's parallel quilts through the crown, but the very back does not look to have any quilting. I would say in the silk itself, the weaker threads are going in one direction rather than the other. I might have to get some separate photos for this if you can't see it. There's some striations here that I can see, and then there's mimicked ones down in the curtain here. The curtain has parallel quilting. Most of these are about the same. It's the width of my pinky. So these are about a 1/2 inch. Yeah, I have very short, kind of thick fingers. These are so totally daddy hands. My dad had short hands with bigger fingers. And then my grandma on mom's side had the longer fingers, the really skinny fingers. Her wedding rings actually didn't even fit on my pinky. I think they made it to here. Very little fingers. Okay, so enough about that. Oh, you're going to want to get a close look at this. I'll take another photo of it. There's actually a piece over the top of where the curtain comes in connection to the crown. And that looks like it's got an overcast stitch or a whip stitch. I'll have to get a closer look from where I am here to tell you that. This will be going right into my freezer. All right. Hopefully we can see. See this little white spot? I am actually going to pull that right out. I believe this is a cocoon of a moth. Yeah, that was a moth. It's right down into the wool inside. I think I got it. So yeah, this tells me it absolutely has to go into the freezer. There's some speculation back and forth on whether or not that does the trick. I freeze, thaw, and then refreeze. I like to do a minimum of a week on each freeze. I often forget that they're in there, but this is just in case. Any textile that comes in goes in the freezer. Any book that comes in goes in the freezer. There's a book in there that's going to have to come out to make room for this. All right, so let's take a look on the inside. Okay, there are 2 fabrics, 3 fabrics, 4 fabrics. Okay, so 1 fabric here in the brim, and it is pieced together. We're gonna have to see what this is. The curtain has another fabric, and then the crown has a fabric, and this neck edge has a fabric. Okay, so this feels like a silk, but something else is in there. It's a twill weave. The outside fabric is a taffeta weave. Oh. Okay, so this outside fabric was something else at one point, or it had different stitching at one point, or a trim at one point, because I see 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of stitching that has been removed right there. And they do not run evenly with the quilting or edge stitch, edge of the brim, which is piped, by the way. Those stitches do not come in to the inside, so I'm going to take off of the possibility list a trim. Unless by chance somebody was skilled enough to stitch trim on, but no, trim would have been tacked. This is a narrower stitch, so that's interesting. That thicker string there in the back, looks like it was just the binding on that seam there. This was a polished cotton at one point. You can see that. The curtain, that is a silk, and that is multiple pieces. Here's the easiest spot. Never hold your pieces like I'm holding this right now. Right here, there's 1, 2, 3 pieces, 4 pieces that come together. So there's a seam here, so this piece was attached to that. This piece was attached to that, and then these 2 strips were attached to each other. And they are, well, they should be on the bias. It looks like they are on the bias. In here, you might be able to see a better look at what the color was. I believe this was originally a green, and either this is dirt or fading. I'm going with just day dirt. It is a little thicker here than down here, which is interesting. Okay, so what looked like a piece attached over the top is actually a binding on the top of this curtain, which is a really nice technique for attaching the curtain to the neck edge. So I'm happy with this purchase. Only 1 ribbon. There's definitely 1 color down here and another color up here. Oh, careful, Anna. Okay. So at this point, I can't tell you which color was the original color. A little more reddish gold here and darker brown on the inside. So I'm gonna wrap this guy back up and get him ready to go in the freezer. I think we're gonna go like that. So my surprise to me purchase is a satisfying one. Oh, wrong way. I wanted to show it for you guys. All right. Thank you. Clara, want to say bye? Say bye. Meow. There you go. One more. Meow. Come on. Okay, so she's not as chatty at the moment.